Previously on Survivor Branford. The festive environment of Season 10 quickly gave way to immediate breakneck gameplay. On the Tien tribe, Eddie struck a nerve with his tribe mates as his good-natured advice was perceived as playing too hard too fast. While on the Payaq tribe, no one felt safe, as Peter put the returning players on notice, John expressed concern over TJ, and Sarah was afraid of a target after finding the hidden immunity idol in front of everyone. The craziness at Payaq's camp spilled over to the immunity challenge as they got off to a slow start, but with Sarah's leadership, they were eventually able to catch and pass Tien in the end. When their challenge loss was seemingly blamed on Garrett, Tien now had to weigh if voting out the weak link was preferred over targeting Eddie to help alleviate the tensions at camp. In a 4-3 vote, Eddie was the first voted out of Season 10, and Tien was left with the task of trying to unify in the face of two unknown members in the minority. 13 are left. Who will be voted out tonight?
Nothing personal at all.
Okay,
it's just
I
a
mean,
game.
yeah,
It's just a game.
I think he immediately thought that it was going to be him, and then he threw out your name, and I was just like, okay.
You know, I don't think I did anything to necessarily like instigate Eddie. Like I didn't want to necessarily put a target on his back, but it's like if you did have to ask me like who it would be, I would say Eddie. Do you know who the third vote was? It was Eddie, you, and interesting. So I picked up 3 votes at Tribal, which is, you know, 2 more than I was expecting. I know Eddie and Sarah Elizabeth voted for me because Eddie can't vote for himself, and Sarah Elizabeth told me. We were all talking about it and no one owned up to that last vote.
I know who is not.
Who was it?
It's not us.
I don't think I have any allies or people that I can count on. I think Garrett might have been interested in that at the beginning, but then I voted for him. So I think that kind of, yeah, I think I just got on a sinking ship by going with Eddie, and whoever didn't vote for Eddie is probably smart keeping their cards to their chest. Yeah, I kind of thought we were all doing like an open and honest thing as a tribe, but I guess I was wrong.
There were conversations like where we all, like, where everyone was like, yep, so
That's
Garrett,
the vote.
when Eddie was there, and so I couldn't read what other people were thinking.
Yeah, but you, that's the thing, you admit it, but like...
Yeah, you admitted it. There's a level of honesty there, and with honesty comes trust, and I think that there's something, because it's also the first round.
Right.
Yeah. This game is so much more fluid. This game is so much more fluid than just the first round. So I'm not, like I said, I'm not closing any doors.
I'm just saying,
I know.
if Sarah sticks around, she can be an asset.
Yeah, I believe it.
I'm so gullible. I'll believe what anyone says.
We know for a fact someone's not telling the truth.
Yeah.
Don't know
I'm
who.
like-
Can't figure it out.
I heard both conversations. It just seemed like great play. Eddie was gonna help us more in challenges.
Yeah, I think,
I'm not gonna lie about who I voted for. Like,
yeah.
if that puts a target on me, so be it. Like, I feel like I put my eggs in a basket and voted for Eddie.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not throwing votes.
Someone else voted for it. Someone was with you too. I just don't know who it was. For me, it was not. It wasn't against you. It was against Eddie for Eddie, right?
Yeah.
And I was just talking to Sarah Elizabeth, and she's like, "So is it me or what's going on?" And I was like, "I mean, because you said you voted for Garrett, some people are thinking it, but it's not solid or anything." Sarah Elizabeth doesn't seem to have a friend out there, which I mean, could be the easy target.
I know she thinks she has a target on her back. I said to her, like, I voted for Eddie. I didn't vote
Yeah.
for you and Eddie, right?
Yeah.
Because her concern was like, oh, everyone knows I voted for Garrett, and now I'm worried. And I said, my vote was for Eddie, right?
Yeah. No, yeah.
I made that very clear to her.
Do you think you can trust Sarah Elizabeth?
I do think I can trust Sarah Elizabeth.
Yeah.
Because she's just sharing.
Yeah.
She's going to give us the information. She's also going to share the information.
Yeah, which is a double-edged
tricky.
sword. Yeah.
She's definitely playing a game.
Yeah.
There's no way.
She's like appeasing to the person that she's in front of.
Yeah.
Everyone, if she talks to you, she's gonna tell whoever she talks to next.
Oh, good to know.
Yes.
So-
Yeah, she's telling people what you're
Yeah.
saying.
100%. It was not me. I believe you.
I have no idea who it was. So I talked to Mike,
Okay.
and I trust that it was not Mike.
Okay.
But I'm with Mike, like,
Yeah.
100%. Like, we started you know, talking right away.
Right.
I trust Mike. I'm feeling like Mike and I are clicking really well, so really looking forward to working with him. I feel like you and I have been solid from like the get-go.
Yeah.
And I want to stay solid.
Yeah.
Meg and Mike are close. They have a thing. We can break that up. Meg and Mike are a thing. Meg and Mike are close.
Got it.
I trust that you voted for Eddie.
Yep.
I know I voted for Eddie. So that leaves Casey and Olivia, and I cannot tell which one of them.
I can't either. I don't believe it was Casey, but I
Right.
don't believe it was you.
Yeah.
I feel like if it's Olivia,
It doesn't benefit either one of them to tell us, though.
right. Do we go Olivia?
You think it's fair?
I mean, I don't know.
I was not one of the people that voted for Garrett. I know either Casey or Olivia voted for Garrett, and neither one of them's fessing up to it. Whichever one it is of them is probably thinking the same thing. There's no benefit to me revealing that I voted for Garrett.
Who do you think voted for who?
When I came down, Mike and Meg asked me, "Did you vote for yourself?" I was like, "No, I didn't."
Eddie.
Sarah Elizabeth.
But there's one missing.
No.
So the last vote, I'm still confused about. It's pretty close, and it shouldn't have been close. It should have just been a solid sweep. There's 3 votes on Garrett, and we're all kind of trying to figure out who's the 3rd vote, and I think that's freaking people out.
I just want to know in the interest of honesty.
I voted for Eddie.
I voted for Eddie.
I voted for Eddie.
I voted for you, Garrett.
Yeah.
I voted for Eddie. That doesn't make sense because he voted for Eddie.
Somebody's lying.
So there's a lot of confusion about what happened at last tribal council. Someone else voted for Garrett, and I have no idea who that is. I voted for Eddie, and Mike, Olivia, and Casey all also say they voted for Eddie. And I feel like I trust Mike. And I feel like he said he voted for Eddie, and I believe him. I also believe Olivia. There's somebody out there playing a game. We're just gonna have to figure it out.
One of the 4 of us is lying. Hands down, it was not me. No.
So weird.
People are still trying to figure out that 3rd vote for Garrett. It was me. No one suspects me, so I'm gonna keep playing it like that. It felt hard to look Meg directly in the eye and lie to her like that, but it is a game, so I moved on from it pretty quickly.
By the weekend's end, y'all gotta tell me who that vote was.
The prodigal son returns. All right.
Well, did they say anything interesting?
Yeah.
They said a few interesting things. Okay. It seems like they shared the clue as well, but they had less success than us.
No one mentioned anything about knowledge of someone having an idol.
They said that the general belief was that nobody has it. Very interestingly, during Tribal, Eddie said, "I think I just solved it." And then said, like sitting right here, "I think I just solved it." And then said, "I'll share what I learned if you don't vote for me," basically. Right after that, they talked about who was on the chopping block for this one, and they said it was Eddie and Garrett.
No! Okay, so that was a way for Eddie to be like...
They were surprised when I came in. It was hard for me to tell if there were any changes in their behavior of me being there. It seemed like it was a pretty straightforward vote for those who weren't on the chopping block. I'll be surprised if it's anybody but Garrett or Eddie. They talked about the challenge. They complained that the puzzle was luck for us. So I gave a good...
How was it luck? I mean,
How is that luck?
Good job leading the challenge.
Yeah, it was not luck-based.
That's a loser's mentality.
That is a loser's mentality.
All right.
right, thanks, John.
Yeah, thank you.
I think John coming back with his speech, I think he is truthful. It's really hard after one tribal council to have the whole life story of the other tribe.
Like, they only threw those two under the bus. Both of them agreed that it was probably one of them.
Was anyone open about being on one side or the other?
Yeah, like, oh, I'm definitely voting for.
Okay. The only ones that threw the names out were the ones that weren't being thrown out.
Okay.
Gotcha. Everybody else
Unfortunate,
was about it.
Well, this is trust. When we were on, when you went to the thing, there was chatter of like, oh, I don't know, is John gonna tell us the truth? Like, I haven't really had conversations with him yet. But when you came back, everybody was like, wow, like John was super honest. Like, he gave us so much good info.
Good.
So I think that was really, really good.
It's cool. I get to be part of the first tribal. I get to learn some stuff.
Yeah.
But that early in the game being away, it's scary. So
I don't want
I
to stay
appreciate
here
it.
too long.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was a little bit worried leaving here so early. But I think we've gotten a little bit of a streak. There's not a lot of distance since then, so I'm feeling pretty good.
And no one was like, John's not here. Like,
Yeah.
what about? Like,
That's good. Several people have told me that, so either everybody's lying or I'm okay.
Shared pretty much everything, and I think that was really good for team unity, team morale. I've talked a lot with Sarah. I'd like to make sure that we're on the same page. That way the idol is on my side. I don't mind that I don't have the idol as long as it's somebody that I can trust and will be predictable with it.
Was there any chat there about me after I left?
no, actually not at all. I promise. Like, we were like really excited for you. I think he's gonna lie. Every single person was like, how do you think you
I haven't heard your name at all. I'm hearing the two people on the bottom are Peter and TJ.
Okay.
So I want to get as hard as I can with you.
Yeah, I agree.
And I think, I think we're the way we've been playing it so far is not obvious.
Good.
So I think we've done a good job of keeping our distance from each other. So I've been thinking a lot about how I played last season, and I think I could summarize what I'd like to do this season is just by being more aware of what other people are doing in the game and less focused and thinking about like the people I'm specifically aligned with.
I really seriously want to work with you.
Perfect.
I literally was like, oh, I cannot wait.
Perfect. I kind of lost sight of like people having their own individual motivation, so I'd like to do a better job kind of connecting with everybody that's around me rather than just like saying like, okay, this is my alliance and this is going to get me to the end. I like that. Yeah, I totally agree. Another thing that I'd like to do different than last season is be less obvious about who I'm strongly aligned with. I think that was a big part of my downfall last season. If I have that person this season, I have to be a lot more subtle about broadcasting that.
How are you with Sarah?
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
I felt like I have a lot of Sarahs in my life, so I felt like a good connection with her from the beginning.
Just because of her name.
I really want to play with Sarah. I loved watching Sarah last season. She's destined for the end of the game, so I want to ride that wagon until it's time to cut it off.
I know you like quickly threw out kind of thing, but like really, can we do
But like seriously, because I know you're about to play
I
them.
think it had been
Yes, because I feel like if we got Jackson, I got John. Please, keep doing it, Zach. Please don't turn on me. Please. No. Please. Oh, you're so smart.
Sarah, and I also have kind of an all girls thing going. I think if I had to tell you right now, like who would feel tightest would be with Sarah and Sarah. I feel a good connection with both of them. Sarah threw out Final 3, and she's like, Final 3? And I was like, wait, really? Final 3? Because I would love that. 5 of us. We kind of have Jackson in the swing. We kind of have John in the swing.
Because like it's like a 5-3 majority there.
Yeah.
Perfect. I think I feel really confident and good about Mare and Sarah. I think like we're like super good. So I'm excited to see where that goes.
I am so serious about our final.
We just said the same thing.
You guys
Just
are-
said the same thing.
Oh,
It's so nice because it's like the 3 of us rock sound.
What I really want to happen is me, Sarah, and Mare. We want us to be the final 3. I really, truly want to stick with that. I'm still trying to be cognizant of not making things too obvious with who I'm closest with. I also feel really good with Jackson and with John. So like, I really like that 5.
Oh my god, this is so solid. It's absurd how solid it is.
I love it.
and this challenge is on. Both tribes were positioned purposely so that they'd be staring down the opposition. The challenge is unique in that the first tribe that drops loses, so mostly everyone will do fine, but there'll be that 1 or 2 people that will be mainly responsible for the loss. A simple position, but hold it for just a couple minutes and the burn will set in. Some castaways talking to each other to make sure that those gifts stay off the ground. Others preferring to enter a meditative state. A challenge of who's going to blink first. A true test of willpower to stay away from tribal council. Tien's still looking strong, or just putting up a front for Payaq. TJ looking just as comfortable as everyone else looks uncomfortable. Peter apparently trying to put a hex on Tien. It's all about finding that inner strength. Just holding on for another few seconds is all it could take to come out victorious. Nothing to be left to luck in this challenge, and everyone pushing to the extreme. After 10 minutes, you can really see the toll that this is taking on the castaways. And a great adjustment and save between Sarah Elizabeth and Mike. They're willing Tien to drop and end this challenge. Win or lose, every castaway should feel proud of what they've given in this challenge. Casey encouraging Sarah Elizabeth to breathe and stay focused. And Tien drops, giving Payaq their second straight immunity challenge win.
Get the next one.
Yeah, we'll get the next one. Payaq tribe, you've won yet another immunity challenge, and I have yet another bag of gifts for you. TJ, I'm sorry, but by virtue of sitting out, you will not have an opportunity to draw. I got a nice relaxed shoulder. That's my reward. Tien tribe, I will be seeing you again at Tribal Council, and you could all head back to camp.
The other tribe was talking about how lucky we were in the first challenge, and I think that really pumped us up for the second challenge, and you know, we were lined up with our arms up, and we're watching the other team, and just thinking, man, we know this one's not going to be left.
Great start, right?
Congrats on the challenge, guys. That was really good.
Yeah, you too.
Yeah.
You too. Yeah.
That challenge, that last challenge, oh my god, my arms burned for like a good 4 or 5 minutes after the challenge, like my shoulders. It's painful, but it was like you have to hold on just a little while longer. You know, it was interesting because we were trying to decide who's going to sit out, and it was between me and TJ, and they're like, oh, we'll have TJ sit out because like you have the height gradient. And I was like, no, they chose the wrong person, I'm a liability. But you know, I'm glad it worked out well.
Yeah, oh my god, no, me, you, Mer,
And I give John.
and Sarah. Incredible.
So we won another gift from Jim. We said we're going to open it together. I kind of want to take a peek now because last 2 times I've gotten it, and something cool has been inside, but I've shared it with everybody. So I kind of want the option not to. I lose. All right, bummer. Jackson, Sarah, and me, and we want to do the 5 of us, you included with the 4 of us.
Yeah.
And keep that strong as long as we can.
100%.
That challenge was tough. Oh, my shoulders were burning so bad, but I kept hearing, kind of down the line, I could hear Peter say to John, John, you good? And John was like, are you married? You good? Yes. Jackson, you good? Yes. We kind of passed on each other. And when I did open my eyes, I saw the other side looked really shaky. I was like, okay, we're so close, we're so close.
We need to make sure TJ and Peter are comfortable.
Yeah.
I'm big chilling right now. I'm always happy to sit out in the challenge. If I can absolve myself of the responsibility of winning or losing a challenge, that sounds great to me. And all the presents coming along the way would be fun to get one, but also I don't need one.
All right, let's see what we got.
Nothing.
Okay, I got it.
Nice.
So, this advantage allows you to vote 2 times at the tribal council. This extra vote would continue to be valid in case of a reboot. The last time the extra vote can be played is the final 5.
Guys, we're gonna come into the merge friggin' loaded.
Yeah.
So this is the double vote. I really want this for myself. I'm hoping it will come in handy for later. For now, it's in my back pocket.
Let's talk about a swap.
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah. I don't want to even talk about it.
If we do a swap, minority group gets the double vote. Do they also get the idol?
I think so.
As an insurance?
So how do we want to do this then? Or do we...
Get an empty water bottle and we put the items in the empty water bottle. When we're gathered by Jim to do the challenge and he's like, okay, drop your buffs, and we swap, the water bottle can just be there and the person can just, a person from the minority can just pick it up. The main thing that's concerning me right now is the tribe swap, so I'm glad we just had a conversation. Peter got the advantage, 2 votes, and then Sarah has the hidden immunity. So our plan is to get those 2 things to, if there is a swap, have our people that are in the minority having those items.
I know, that's the only thing, and I feel like it's probably gonna happen.
I think so. We should probably spend some time now getting close to TJ and to...
Yes.
I need a conversation. Right now we're really worried about tribe swaps, so that's really the only thing that can throw a wrench in our plans. We want to make sure TJ and Peter feel good about our 7.
I'm hoping there's no swap at all, but like I was saying, if there is, I'm hoping I am in the minority, because I do want to use the extra vote.
An extra vote is a nice thing to have at a swap.
I love this group, and I like that even though we have 7, and even though we're working together as a tight-knit unit, we're also ready to play the game, piecing out every single possibility of what could happen at a swap. We've got everything covered, and I think we have a strong unit that's ready to go forward.
If there is a swap, and say it's 4-2, how much good is an extra vote going to do in that case?
I'm willing into the universe that there's no swap.
Yes, that would be the best thing. I will say Peter is kind of shady about his extra vote.
I'm a little worried that he's the one that found it. Of all of us, I'm like, will he give it up?
He wasn't really interested in committing to too much.
So we opened up this round of advantages together, and Peter got the 2-vote advantage. There's a general uneasiness about Peter holding that advantage.
Yeah, that's why I feel like we need to put it in the bottle.
When we put it in the bottle, we need to all do it together and look
watch
at it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'd really like to keep if we can keep the vote away from like the extra vote away from Peter. Peter got a extra vote, which isn't really ideal that it was specifically him. I'd love it if we could get that extra vote out of Peter's hands. We talked as a tribe and said we're going to try to put the idol and the advantage together, put it somewhere that whichever the tribe in the minority of any tribe swaps, they're the one that gets it.
He's definitely like taking a backseat to a lot of conversations.
Okay.
So he's definitely playing like slow.
I'm a little worried about Peter hanging on to that advantage.
You know, it's funny because he's saying that from them each day.
Yeah. Did it go in the water bottle, or is he still holding it? He's still holding it. He's a smart player.
He doesn't go.
He'd be dumb if he didn't at least think about it.
He keeps his cards close to his chest, which makes it difficult to. Yeah.
I'm feeling good about winning the first 2 challenges for sure. That's definitely got us the momentum.
Oh, yeah.
I'm feeling good that we got an extra vote and an idol in the bag.
100%. I
So
think
that's
it's
kind of a good safety net. I don't want to use the extra vote this early. I'd like to keep it for the merge.
I'm going to try to be reliable. Someone who's loyal and someone who, is useful to keep around. I can be somewhat of a social chameleon, so to speak. I can adapt to whoever I'm around. So hopefully that comes into play and helps me with the social game.
Mary I haven't really talked to a lot, and the few times I have, it's sometimes hard to totally read her. There's always the possibility that she's knows more than she's letting on, or is thinking things that she's not saying. And we do have both advantages right now.
Yeah, that's a good point.
She has the idol, I have the extra vote.
That's great. I think they're just like resting on that.
Hopefully they're comfortable enough that they haven't thought about it.
Yeah, for sure. Peter said to me, he pointed out that there's 4 newbies and 3 returners. Sarah and I are going to talk to TJ and Peter about that plan. Are you still thinking maybe newbies versus returners?
We do have bigger numbers for sure.
Do you like that group? I used to be Sarah, you, TJ,
I guess so. I mean, Mara's good, but I feel like she knows too much, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
About the game and about making it far in. So
she got the experience for sure. Okay, I feel good about that.
They seem really good at everything. I have the worst luck in life. I am always on the losing team. Always.
Apology not accepted. We're gonna get to the merge and they're not gonna have played yet. And there's paranoia is just building. Like we all, I think, although the vote was close last time, have some trust.
I mean.
What are you guys thinking? I really have no idea. Like, what to do.
Sarah Elizabeth dropping out of the challenge with both arms like that, I think our tribe really wanted to win. So if she's going to drop out, we can't have her on the tribe for the next challenge.
Like to win a challenge. Like she was very weak. She was constantly moving and needing to readjust. And it like she dropped. Like it was very clear. She put both her arms down and it was kind of a quit.
It was a give up.
Like, it was a give up.
It wasn't even like she tried to make it look like she was struggling. She just like
put her arms down.
But I think if there's the likeliest person to have an idol would also be Essie.
Why?
I think she should have been putting the most.
I think the clear lead is like that lead is like in that challenge was clear.
I think the big name going around right now is Sarah Elizabeth. Maybe getting the returners out a little bit earlier, keeping the newbies, trying to keep a strong alliance moving forward.
She was like, I'm a rock climber. I got this. And then, I don't think you dropped the box.
Yeah.
Overall, I think we're all on the same page of going towards Sarah Elizabeth in the challenge.
I feel like I'm the easy one because I dropped.
I don't think so. I'm just worried that I would be the easy one because I'm the only person out of the 6 of us that's taking the race.
No.
I think old Sarah's going home. It's been a ride, but I'm gonna keep rallying. Nothing is known about the idol, as far as I know. Yeah, everyone knows the clue. I shared it with everyone in a showing of good faith and honesty, but I guess that's not the game we're playing. I should probably be looking for it.
She's looking pretty hard right now.
She's looking really hard.
Should we have someone stay on her?
Yeah.
I think they think you have an idol. Just because you've been looking.
Yeah. It's really taxing on your body to be like amongst a group of people who are constantly judging and deciding if you're worth keeping around or if like you're someone that they should intentionally like give the axe.
I'm always nervous about this idol. I
right and throwing herself as idol.
She is looking hard for it.
Yeah.
She's definitely going real hard and trying to find it.
She's definitely looking the hardest, and I think she has the most chance to find it.
So everyone's trying to figure out who that third vote for Garrett was. It was me. I was gonna blame Sarah Elizabeth. I thought she was gonna flip. I voted for Garrett to then pin on Sarah Elizabeth. Now I can pin it on someone else. So now it's looking like Mike is gonna take the blame for that third vote.
I have no idea who the third one is. I think it was Mike. I think it was Mike.
We think Mike put your name down.
Okay. So someone's lying. Right now, I don't have any clear suspicions as to who that could be, but people are saying that Mike is lying. Right now, the name is either Mike or Sarah.
That third vote was Mike.
And you just can't trust him.
He's too good of a liar.
Yeah, actually though.
Yeah. I feel like you're all gonna vote for me.
No. We were
No.
just thinking about how really actually someone.
You admitted to it at least. I think the third is interesting. I know it's not you, based on the interaction that we had with him.
Yeah, I told you. Yeah.
I think it's. If it's one of you two,
I know,
that's
right? No.
crazy.
So what should we do then?
Go for Mike.
If you can talk to Meg and I can talk to Casey, then we can probably work something out. I mean, I think Garrett can be persuaded. I don't think he's set on anything. He's still salty about, like, the third vote.
Yeah.
The general consensus is that Mike was the other vote, the other Garrett vote.
And he didn't tell you.
He said he didn't know.
Okay, yeah, gotcha. Are you between me and Mike?
I mean, I don't think you're on the chopping block if you can figure it out, right?
Would you come to bat for me? You think?
And vote for Mike?
Yeah.
One of them is lying, and I don't know who it is. I'm leaning that it's Mike, which is a bummer. I thought him and I had a pretty strong alliance. About 20 minutes ago, I thought I was closest with Mike. I think Casey is who I'm feeling closest to right now. I think me, Casey, and Olivia have something strong going on.
There's no way I'm voting for girls together. Yeah. But Julia's black power.
Black power!
There's starting to be a girls' alliance kind of forming. Girls being me, Meg, Olivia. Girls. I'm so in.
Yeah, let's do it. Sarah Elizabeth has been looking harder than everybody. The names I heard are Sarah Elizabeth and Mike.
I voted for Eddie. I was shocked I had to win Olivia or Casey.
I don't trust anyone, so that's where I'm at.
Okay.
I'm trying to be honest here, and I think that Mike is lying. I think he voted for me, right? You want to vote for Mike or no?
I'm open to anything. Let's do it.
Okay, Tien, here we are again. I feel over the last few seasons of Survivor Branford, there's always been that tribe. That tribe that I'm seeing more often than not at Tribal Council.
He's talking about us. We're that tribe.
Yes, Garrett. Sorry, yes, you are that tribe so far. We talked last time about how your first challenge failure might allow you to potentially have learned something for the second challenge. Do you think you did learn anything and put that to use?
We were communicating effectively, and I think when we were strategizing and figuring out, what our placements and what our strengths would be, I think that was a really great and open communication about how we can proceed in this challenge. We did lose, but I think we could have lost worse.
Olivia, so as I mentioned during the challenge, this was really a challenge where somebody would lose it for the tribe. So do you feel that the outcome of the challenge impacted directly the strategic conversation after the challenge?
Yeah, it definitely affected after the challenge. But I think we did what we could for what we did know.
So Sarah Elizabeth, from what I recall, you were part of the link that ended up breaking in the challenge.
Yeah.
Do you feel like any additional pressure came your way because of that outcome?
I think everybody's been really kind to me, and I think the team is trying to find the best way forward as a team. No tea, no shade to anyone that votes for me, but I think I can be an asset, as we move forward as a team.
Like the way Sarah Elizabeth is talking right now suggests that she feels like there could be votes coming her way. Is that what you've been hearing?
Yeah, her name's come up before, but I guess anyone could have reason for concern.
Meg, so the last vote was close, 4-3. You can't get much closer than that. Garrett was feeling the heat, but he did survive. Presumably Eddie was one of the Garrett votes, but there's still 2 amongst you that must have voted for Garrett. Do you feel like those people are known to the group who voted which way?
Sarah Elizabeth was awesome and came right out and said she voted for Garrett. There's still one person among us who voted for Garrett that we don't know. We're really all kind of talked about not bringing that into play at this point and kind of thinking of how we can move forward as a team and thinking about that later. I mean, obviously someone sitting here is playing the game a little differently than everybody else. So,
But it sounds like we're not going to vote for that person to go home.
we don't know who that person is.
Casey, is it realistic that we could just ignore the last vote? We know that there's 2 among you that voted in minority. Shouldn't that play a factor going forward?
Without more information, it's really hard to figure out who it is, and I don't want to place a bet, like my vote as the bet, on a guess of who it is. Because what if I'm wrong? I don't even know after I vote them out if I was right or wrong. I could still have a stake in the game and not know.
But if you uproot Sarah Elizabeth, then you know that the honest person is going home.
Should we lock up 10 innocent men because one of them did something?
Throughout the course of the weekend, all of us are going to lie or stretch the truth or whatever to each other. And I think that that's, all part of the game, right? And we're not, taking any baggage into this game. We're not going to take any baggage out of the game.
I don't buy it. I think, going forward, y'all are going to be wondering who that other vote was.
Sarah Elizabeth, do you have an idea of who the other vote was?
Everyone has said you.
Great. Like, you gonna boldly affirm right now that you are one of the innocents from the last vote?
Yeah, I voted for Eddie at the last vote, so I did not vote for Garrett.
Meg, where did you vote last vote?
I voted for Eddie.
Garrett, we know you voted for Eddie. And Sarah Elizabeth, you've been clear as to your vote as well.
Yeah.
Casey, which way did you vote
Eddie.
last vote? Eddie and
Eddie.
Olivia. So we have 5 Eddies and 1 Garrett. So I don't think the math works, but...
No, the math doesn't math.
So Garrett, do you feel like you're still going to be on the receiving end potentially of some votes here, or has the position changed in which you feel a little more comfortable now?
I think it's always possible because I'm the only person in this tribe who picked up votes last time. And so if we were to go back to tribal council, I think it would definitely be like an easy vote to make.
Olivia, do you view each tribal council as its own separate event, or do they kind of blend together in the sense that, well, if Garrett was on the short end last time, maybe he should be majority this time around?
I definitely don't think they blend because a lot can happen from a previous challenge to the next challenge to change your mind.
Does everybody feel like there's going to be any surprises after this vote as well? Are we going to be back here again wondering who voted which way and pointing fingers across at each other?
I don't know.
Sure hope not.
Hopefully not. Yeah.
I thought the last one was going to be more straightforward than it ended up
literally
being.
was shocked, so.
Is there anything anyone would like to add before we go do the vote? Then it's time to vote, and Olivia, we'll have you vote first.
Sucks to be me, but hopefully this is the way it's going.
I have no idea how I'm gonna vote.
If anyone has a hidden immunity idol and would like to play it, now would be the time to do so. Once the votes have been read, the decision is final. The person voted out will be asked to leave the tribal council area immediately. I'll read the votes. First vote, Sarah Elizabeth. Mike, 1 vote Mike, 1 vote Sarah Elizabeth. Sarah Elizabeth, 2 votes Sarah Elizabeth. Sarah Elizabeth, that's 3 votes Sarah Elizabeth, 1 vote Mike. Second person voted out of Survivor Branford, Sarah Elizabeth. Sarah Elizabeth, going to bring me your torch.
job, Steve.